And we're ready with another video for you, hopefully inspirational. That's the whole point of these videos. I've done a series. I've started a new series. This is the third one in the series. The first one was Who Are You? And then we looked at what's the point of being inspired. Today, as promised, we're going to look at what is the point of change and what is the point of tradition. And this idea that I had whilst I was talking to you last time on the video came about because I've watched Fiddler on the Roof, which is a wonderful film from the mid-60s, and it tells a story about the village where this, I've forgotten the name of the character, the guy that Topol plays, he's the actor, Topol. And he tells a story and he sings the song, you must have heard it. If I were a rich man, yeah. And matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Anyway, never mind. They are, and sunrise, sunset, yeah. Those are the songs from The Fiddler on the Roof. But the story of The Fiddler on the Roof is a man who's struggling with tradition and with change. And he's got 5 daughters, but 3 of them are just about ready to get married. And the first one decides that she doesn't want an arranged marriage, which is something that his tradition dictates that he should find someone for her. Obviously somebody who's got some money that's going to be able to look after his daughter. He's the milkman. He finds the butcher. The butcher is probably mid-50s and his daughter's 20, 25, something like that. So it seems inappropriate to us watching it. But for them, that was their tradition. That was how things go in their community. So then what we have to do is we've got to look at the second daughter. Now the second daughter decides she wants nothing to do with the village where he had brought them up, where their family grew up, and she decides she wants to marry a revolutionary, and the guy gets locked up into Siberia for shouting down the authorities and the bad way that they're treating people. And then the third one wants to marry a soldier of the invading army, and each time Topol has got to have this conversation with himself saying, well, can I accept that? Well, they love each other, you know, what are you going to do to stop them, kind of thing. But when it comes to marrying the enemy rather than the revolutionary or the guy who wasn't supposed to be the one she was going to marry, not the arranged marriage, then it's too far for him. And he says, you know, you do not live, you are not alive, you are not my daughter, I do not know you. And he just carries on with his milk round. And there's a real struggle. You can see the character's so real. But then the worst thing, even more terrible things happen. This community is told by the authorities to move on. And it was around about the same time that the problems in Crimea took place. And although there may be many people, by far the majority of the Crimeans are quite happy with what's happened recently, there would be some that would be feeling that their country, the place where they lived, where they'd grown up, where their families had been before they got here, they're being really asked to move on, that they're now foreigners in their own country. And it made me think about tradition and about change. And because I'm a young mind, I might not be a young person, but because I've got this youthful attitude, then the idea of change is a great thing. We can smash the system as long as we've got something to put in its place. We can change things. We can make it the way we want it to be, and that's really good. But there must be a point for tradition. There must be a point for change. And what is the point for tradition? Well, the great thing about tradition is it gives us security. It gives us a sense of belonging, of knowing who we are, of where we're from. And from that certainty, we can launch out into the uncertainty of change. And so the point of tradition and the point of change are intermingled. That because we have tradition, we can have the security that we need to move out and make the changes that are needed. And for me, that was the main point of being coached. My life coach said to me, you can believe anything that you want, Andrew, and I disagreed. No, you can't, because there's certain things, traditional things, that you've got to accept. Well, I don't think so anymore, but I do nevertheless. I'm so grateful for the fact that I had a traditional background, a certainty of day following night, sunrise, sunset, and there was this certainty that everything was going to be the way it's always been, and that gives you a sense of well-being. But as you grow older and as you grow wiser, hopefully, not just revolutionary and let's change everything, but when you realize that there are certain things in your life that aren't helping you anymore, certain beliefs that you've got, certain values that you've got that are actually stopping you from getting to where you want to be, then it's okay to make the change. The point of change is this. The point of change is to make you the individual that you were meant to be. For you to carry on those traditions, yes, to a certain extent, that you've had brought to you by your parents and your grandparents and your siblings and your schoolmates, your contemporaries, your employer. All these people have brought some effort to bear upon your life. Now it's time for you to say, okay, I'm going to take what's the best bits of all that and create my own life. Not necessarily total change, maybe it will be total change at certain points, but there's a permanence that we sort of resting on. I know there's a scripture, isn't there, that says underneath are the everlasting arms. We can be secure in going out, launching out into the deep and finding our purpose and our fulfillment and our joy. So what's the point of tradition? What's the point of change? They're just two sides of the same question. One gives you security, the other one allows you the excitement and the ability to change things and to be different to anyone else who's ever lived. So that's my thoughts, my inspirational thoughts, hopefully, on that subject of change and tradition. So thank you. I haven't thought of another question now. What could be my next question? This is a series of videos where I ask myself a question and then I give the answer. So this time I'm going to come up with something, and maybe it won't be until I get onto the video next time. I haven't actually got anything in my mind. So that's important, that we should allow the openness of our own thoughts, that we don't have a closed mind. Maybe something different's going to come your way tomorrow, a new idea, and then you'll be able to run with that. And that's what I'm going to do. Next time I'm going to run with a new idea that I haven't thought of yet. So please tune in again. My name's Andrew Paul Smith. It's wonderful to talk to you. Hope my talks are being inspiring for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Namaste. Love and light to you. Bye for now. Bye.